kind of is telling me, oh, your beavers are happier than ever. Beautiful. Well-being high score of 3. Which, I don't know what 3 means, but 3 feels like nothing. But hey, they are happier than not happy at all. Alright everybody, hello, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another episode of Timberborn with me, Spacefish. And once more, welcome back to the start of the game. Well, what do I tell you all? This is the 3rd time we're starting out on Timberborn. Unfortunately, because there just has been another few updates, another few features that if we weren't to start out fresh, once more we could not actually use and play the game with. And we hadn't really gotten that far in our second playthrough that I was basically saying, you know, it's not worth it to not restart. So we find ourselves basically back at the start of the game again for a 3rd time in a row. And, well, with lots of new features, lots of new updates that we haven't had in the past, because evidently there haven't been any videos for quite a while now on this game. And it's also part of the reason why this game fell through the video schedule for the first few weeks of me being back to YouTube now, and I'm only now really getting back to recording for it. But nevertheless, we're back, we're in the game, we have set up on a map that I'm not even sure is really exactly the same one we had last time, but it is supposedly a beginner-friendly map, so fingers crossed that we don't just absolutely fail the settlement within 2 days or something. Let's see where this is headed. Now, we had Fish Haven in the first playthrough, we had New Fish Haven in the second playthrough for our name, and I'm not really quite sure what we call this one now. the ultra new, we're just gonna call it New Fish Haven again. Well, that's a little boring, isn't it? New Fishington, right? We gotta mix it up at least a little bit, right? If we already keep restarting this game over and over again. Here we are. Here are our beavers, here is the map, and it does indeed seem a little bit different. Also from what I thought I saw. Oh no! No, it is a little bit different. I mean, it seems a little similar in some parts, you know, the forest here and some bits, but this thing here is totally different, so... Well, definitely not quite the map we used to, but that's fine, you know. Oh, actually... no, definitely not quite the map we're used to, so that's fine. You know, spices things up a little bit, makes things a little bit different. Why in the world not? Now, generally speaking, there have been a bunch of updates, which I don't even really have a proper overview of what there is. There's this stuff called bad water, which apparently is this, and it's supposedly toxic, but I think you can also use it for something. I don't know. I've got no clue. We will find out eventually. And surely there's a bunch of other stuff, you know, things that we will likely only find out in the late game, so we'll try and get started by placing the very basic things first, and then we'll go from there. So, we have got, of course, our lovely lumberjack flag, and we will go and place that, like, just, I don't know, like pretty much over here. We will place a second one over here, and that's just how we start out, of course, on actually getting ourselves some wood. Let's also go and make ourselves some paths for our beavers to walk along. Don't need a path there, I think. Wait, where's the... Where did I actually put the... Where were they? I think here, right? Yes. So, that's that done. And of course, you know, that way we can also quickly click ourselves through the tutorial again and make sure that we haven't forgot about anything, because honestly, it's been a minute since I have been playing this game. So, the flags will not be built unless they are in the district's building range. Select the district center to see the building range. We can extend it by building paths, which is what we have indeed just done. So we're supposed to build that, which is fine. Let's just fast forward through that being built very, very briefly. There's our little beavers building away. And on we go. Now, every building with an entrance must be connected to district center by path. We've connected it. That's all beautiful. That's fine. And now we do, of course, need to mark tree cutting areas. And, you know, of course, you will know that we do want to farm all the wood possible right here. Not going to be sustainable, but that's how we start out, of course. And then we have, like, proper forestry going on eventually. Water being the next topic then, surely, and, well, where do you pump it? At the river, of course. Now, I will honestly just build 2 straight away, because we have learned very quickly, I think, in the last few playthroughs, that, in fact, you do, of course, need a little bit more water coming in, and you will actually eventually also need to store a little bit more water than for yourselves. Wood is being brought in, so we're getting there. Just taking a minute till we actually have all that going. Of course, we could be proceeding a little bit faster here, but I just want to kind of make sure that, you know, we don't miss anything. We go through the tutorial one by one now very quickly, and that's also maybe an opportunity for some of you who don't know the game that well just yet to see just how the basics work out here. That does, of course, cost a little bit of time, which is a little bit of a disadvantage at the end of the day. But I do certainly hope that that won't come back to be an issue at the end of the day. And I really honestly would kind of prefer to have another lumberjack up here. Just, at least for the time being. I think we will actually just do that, you know. A little bit of sidelining from the whole setup of this. In fact... Oh yeah, so this is what we really want, a forester, but we don't have any research yet, which the game will surely tell us to build something for the purpose. Now all our beavers are just sleeping out in the open. Poor little guys. Oh yeah, we will need this, we will need some research, we'll need some storage. For the time being though, it is night, which doesn't help the purpose, so we'll just go and fast forward through that. Now, that is the water pump done. Now, it will surely tell us that we need... Oh, we actually need to gather a flag. Yeah, that's fair, because everyone needs to eat. So we'll go to food. We'll get that, and we can just... Actually, we will set that up a little bit in these berry bushes here, because I don't want to block any space over there. I already am kind of making the plan in my mind here that will eventually end up being a little bit of a farm. So we're going to do that instead, and we will already... Do I not need to mark those for gathering? Maybe I don't. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see. So, that thing is, of course, building away. Where's the water storage? Mad water dome. Interesting. Storage, I'm guessing. We've got warehouses and we've got tanks, indeed. So, we'll just be attaching some tanks right here for the time being. Some smaller ones, and then we'll go from there. I mean, all that needs wood, so of course, you know, little beavers will have to work away and even just get that going in the first place, so that'll take a minute. Also, someone will eventually have to build this gatherer flag, ideally. Technically, I should be able to accelerate that by prioritizing the construction site, just so it actually gets some wood then. And there we go. Beautiful. So, that's 2 pumps already going, which is also nice. We've got the gatherer guy now going, so we actually get some food. And we move on to farming. Indeed. We need a stable, well, little, not income of food. Inflow of food. That's the word that I was looking for. Efficient farmhouse. And that is indeed the plan. And we will be... Well, actually, looking at gathering area. I mean, to be honest, we could have our forest being over here and then just have this entire plot of land just be for fields. Just, you know, to make sure that we have a little bit of space to expand this whole ordeal on. And I am going to go and put this up top here, because the one thing that we've also learned from the first 2 attempts at actually making a playthrough is that you don't want to waste any space on, well, on ground that has actually got water in it. Huh? So, you know, on thingy. I literally don't know. Also prioritizing that, of course, over the rest of this stuff. You don't want to waste any space on the nutritious ground that you can then eventually, end up growing things on. Well, that is a bad idea. So, we will be, I think, just growing carrots for the time being then in the green lands right here that our farmers will basically just go and manage. I'm wondering if I can actually grow it there. I'm just going to give it a try. Let's see if it grows or if that's already too dry. Yeah, well, we'll start with that and we'll go from there. I mean, it's going to be a while anyways before all this is created. We do technically have 21 pieces of wood, which is really intriguing to me, but that's also why we probably need a little bit of a storage spot. And yes, we do need to actually plant a few more carrots, so we'll do that and continue through there. Now, building small tanks, we're already on that. The game is recommending a third one, so we will do that. In fact, we'll probably even be spamming out more than that over time while these tanks do fill up. But we do need to prepare, of course, for the first droughts, so we need to make sure to have all the resources at the end of the day that we want. I need to remember one core rule, actually, in fact, thinking about the whole farming aspect of this. Yeah, as you can see, this is too dry. Thinking about the whole farming aspect of things, there was a bit of a rule where basically, oh yeah, when it gets dry, the plants don't instantly die. So you want to kind of prioritize everything being planted first, so that when it becomes dry, ideally you have a lot of carrots that are already grown. They won't continue to grow when it's dry, but if they are already grown, they will survive for a little bit. So, you can just keep feeding off that. And the main thing is to make sure that, we actually have something going on here. Now, it's interesting, to be honest, that we only have one worker here, which would indicate that we already have everyone employed. And we do indeed. Yeah, so, I think we'll be deprioritizing this workplace for the time being. So that worker just goes somewhere else for now. Then we have the pile. Yes. We need a pile to store our logs. And we're supposed to set it to logs then as well, which we will, of course, happily do. And I'm going to put that up here. Well, actually, yeah, I'm going to put it. No, actually, no, I'm not going to put it up there. Let me demolish that. Yes. Well, we'll be putting it up here, kind of just close to the whole wood farming place that we're going to be setting up, because down here I think it will be a little bit of a living district, some research buildings, stuff that doesn't need any nutritious grounds. We will kind of just start stacking up right there. I think that should be pretty fine. Then we even have a little bit of space to hide more stuff back there, and this is nice and close to where the logs are being farmed, so that is pretty good. Building lacks workers, that is perfectly fine, because I deprioritized it. I'd rather have a few farmers actually making sure that we get the food we need. So yeah, actually, well, yeah, I mean, the thing is we can't store the water yet, so that's also a bit of an issue, but we're getting there. We just need a little bit of materials, and there's actually the first tank ready to go. No good is selected. Oh, okay, so now you actually have more stuff other than just water. As you can see, antidotes, bad water, biofuel, catalyst, and extract. Extract sounds interesting. And maple syrup also. Well, we're of course looking to store water, so that's what we're going to do here. And as that thing is built, I will prioritize the large pile now so we can store our logs in one central location too. Because this thing should take at least a minute, hopefully, to fill up. So we'll just leave it at that for now. I will go, though, and already just schedule one more tank, because I want to make sure that we definitely do have enough water at the end of the day for when the drought comes. Our population will evolve, we'll have more beavers being born, more beavers growing up, more beavers joining the workforce, so we definitely need a little bit of storage capacity, and we will eventually need the second water pump, and we'll certainly need a third, It'll all just keep spiraling rather quickly, so we do want to make sure that we are prepared for this. Now here we're supposed to set this to logs, which makes sense. We also have other options. Dirt, apparently, whatever we want to store that for. Metal blocks, which is cool. Planks, of course, we will need to manufacture those eventually. Scrap metal also, and treated planks. So that's all quite cool. Let's see about that. Let's actually set this then to logs, and we'll go from there. Now, 2 out of 3 water tanks are built. I'm going to prioritize a specific one, so they really focus on one. Don't just throw materials of both of them, so we can get done with that tutorial goal, because the next few things are going to also be important. I'm sure it's going to tell us eventually that we need to build houses for beavers. I mean, they're literally all just friggin' sleeping on the streets, basically. And we do also really want to start accumulating some research in order to go and get some important bits. One of them being a forester, because right now we're knocking down all the trees there are. We're not really regrowing any, which, you know, as you can tell, is quickly going to become an issue. So yeah, we can't just keep throwing all the logs out there without any new trees growing. We need to rectify that quickly. Medium warehouse, 2 of them even. We will be placing that here. I could place the second one on top, but I don't think we have any platforms yet, likely. Yes. So you can stack things on top of each other, build platforms and whatever, which is super cool. But that will have to wait for the time being, unfortunately. We'll make that for now. We'll connect it like this, because I'm not quite sure. I think I'll place more stuff here, potentially, so we'll see. We'll keep it like this. I may reroute the paths afterwards. It's not like they cost us anything, so we can kind of just dynamically design that as we like. Now, 3 tanks are good to go. They are slowly filling up a bit, which is beautiful, and we're getting a few more beavers joining the workforce here, as you can see. You know, a few of them grown up. None of them born yet, so really a little bit of a low inflow of kiddos. Well, which actually makes sense, because we still don't have houses, and we kind of really want also some accommodations for our people. But we also really want research, honestly speaking. So, even without the tutorial telling us to, I will regardless set up 2 of those inventors and actually just prioritize one of them, because, yeah, I mean, like, it's kind of imperative that we get that going ASAP. It's going to take a while till we actually accumulate the 60 research needed for the forester. And, oh, you can see there's next to no trees remaining, which we farmed it all already. So, yeah. You know, got to get something going here. In fact, what we will also get going is another gatherers. Well, actually, yeah, it's not really in range of that. So I should have actually placed this like that a long time ago. That is better, to be honest, than the first ones we've placed. We will go connect this gatherer's flag up with a little path as well, and then we'll just demolish one of those so we can also start cutting those trees up here, because if we don't, well, I mean, you can probably tell what's gonna happen to us very soon. So, you know, got to get that going before we run out of wood, because it is gonna take us the odd minute before we actually carrots and berries here. What do we actually have more of? Berries currently, yeah, because of course we're not growing any carrots, so we're starting to store berries, and then we will go and store carrots in the other one. But yeah, I mean, it'll take a minute. We're at 6 signs now, 7 signs, and we need, yep, 60 for the forester. And, well, we urgently do want that forester, so yeah, gonna have to get that going. And in fact, we have the second inventor going, which is also beautiful. That said, we do have a bit of buildings apparently where nobody works. It's telling me 2. I'm not sure which one the second building would be. I really am not sure. 2 vacancies. Oh, where would the second vacancy be at? Let us set this one to carrots so we can move on with the tutorial. There's the inventor. We've got that going. And now we're supposed to build lodges, which is where our beavers will live. Yes. Teeny tiny bit of space waste here, unfortunately. But that'll have to work out for us for the time being. As you can see, we have some little lodges scheduled, which is beautiful. They do take a bunch of wood, to be honest. I mean, 6 lodges. We don't even have close to enough wood for that. Let's hope that we can still even make that happen with the amount of trees that we have that we're cutting down. And then on top of that, we kind of want to build a forester at some point when we actually have the science. So this is going to be close. This is going to be really, really, really close. I just hope we can make it work. Also, this is, of course, a new vacancy. I kind of forgot. So we're just going to go deprioritize this one. We're going to go max prioritize that one. And then he's going to just move over to that lumberjack flag. He's going to start collecting there, which is beautiful. Because, you know, then all is going to work out a little bit for us in terms of, you know, them just working on 2 different spots, basically. So we started collecting logs everywhere, and as you can see, we're basically out of them. Also having built 3 lodges, at the very least. So I think it should just about work out at the end of the day. What is also an observation of mine, though, is that water-wise, we're not really able to fill the 4th tank, so that kind of is telling me, oh, your beavers are happier than ever. Beautiful. Well-being high score of 3. Which, I don't know what 3 means, but 3 feels like nothing. But hey, they are happier than not happy at all, I guess. So, there we go. We achieved something already. Let's be proud of that one. Well, yeah, you can still see a bunch of them sleeping on the streets. Just 3 of them, so, you know, that's something. But they need to get into a home too, especially since, as far as I'm aware, I think they do actually need homes in order to reproduce, and we need those kiddos, of course, so they can grow up, join the workforce. You know, everything can spiral a little further and further and further for us. So yeah, let's see. Also, I do feel like I'm actually going to go and expand the crop fields out here. I don't want to expand them too far to the water, though, because I do want to, you know, leave some ability to add more water pumps. So after this, I think what we're going to do is just kind of expand to the left here. And that's going to, you know, work out nicely for us, I think. Now, prioritized actions is set to planting at the moment, so that's perfect. That should be just what we want to do. Because, of course, the more already ripe carrots we have when the drought hits, the better, because those we can still harvest after the fact, and we can just do some pre-work now with the planting. Cool. So, food-wise, all looking pretty cool, but also at the same time, there's not really any berry bushes here to harvest anymore, so let's see how we go from there. The lodges are built, which is beautiful. No homeless beavers, even space for like another 6 here, I believe, so that's cool. And now we kind of want a water wheel in order to produce more advanced resources. That is something we will have to build at the waterfront. And given our limited space availability here and all the berry bushes down here, I think for the time being we should place that up here. So let me go and do that. In fact, wait. The question is always the water flow. And I thought there was a way to tell how quickly the water is flowing. But I kind of forgot how to. Let's go through here. Storage, yada 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 yada. Nope. Manage settlement. Well-being. There is R3. A beautiful score. Oh, you can see it here. So apparently 12 is the max. It's better than 0 still. We get the population and everything. So that's just an overview of the settlement itself. We do not want to go to a bug tracker. Thank you very much. Hide water. Doesn't really even hide the water, does it? Nope. Global view. Okay. Oh, wait. I see more of the water now. I don't know how I quite did it. Okay, I'm not sure there's an actual overlay, like heat map, water moving speed-wise, but you can actually see it's basically not moving at all here. Moving quite rapidly down here. And also here. So I do have the feeling we don't actually have a choice but to place this stuff here. Well, even here, it's not really moving that quickly. I think this would be pretty much the best place to put it, but of course we do have a lot of berry bushes here, which really does not make that quite ideal at the end of the day. Wait, no, but that's not what we want to build, sorry, that's a power wheel. It's literally just a beaver running in a wheel to make us power. We want a water wheel, of course, or almost building the wrong thing here. Okay, so yeah, we're going to have to make that work, which means that we do need to go and demolish some resources, basically. Not great, but unfortunately that's going to be what it is. Once we have the forester, though, it's not going to be that much of a pain point, because we can honestly always just go and grow berry bushes wherever we like. So, you know, there's that. And this, honestly, well, it's kind of just a prime spot to do it. Because if you all saw the first playthrough, we really had made quite the mistake with where we placed this thing. We placed it in a very low flow area. Like this, accidentally, because I didn't even see the water flowing. And I was really just, like, losing my mind over why we weren't generating any power. This here, at least, is a great spot. There's lots of flow in it. We should receive ample, you know, traction from the water wheel that we can then use to, of course, go for some more advanced resources, which is the goal here, and hopefully we can make that work. So, I think that sounds good. We will be doing that, and we will be getting back with another happiness level of 4, because everybody now has a home. Hooray! We will be getting back in the next episode. We'll continue by building the water wheel, probably then building some sort of lumber mill to actually make some planks, you know, go a little more advanced. Also, we finally have the science, so we will, of course, instantly go and research that forester and make them plant away as many trees as possible, because holy moly, are we almost out of trees to knock down for wood. And then we'll go from there. We'll be scaling up our water supply, scaling up our food supply, preparing for the first drought, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll all go fine for us for the first one, at the very least. So, that's the plan right there. With that said, though, for today, this is it. I hope you all very much enjoyed the episode. Of course, if you did, please make sure to go ahead and smash that like button right down below for the YouTube algorithm. And if you're new around here and haven't done so just yet, also please consider subscribing right down below, as well as hitting that bell icon in order to stay up to date on all the future upcoming episodes. With all that out of the way, though, as usual, everybody, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I will catch you in the next episode very, very soon. Ciao.